But we do have to start off with some kind of sad news. And it's
Oh
not really
no,
a death because it's not a person. It's not a person, but you and I and many other people, we lost a part of our childhood.
did we?
We did. All you have to do is simply pull up that first graphic and you'll see what I'm talking about. Is it's a picture of the Cincinnati
Yes.
Hooters
Oh
being
my
towed
gosh,
away after it permanently closes its doors.
I
By the
heard
way,
about that.
The Hulkster was going to try to save this. But for those of you who never experienced this, okay, listen. Yeah, we're all men. We know why people go to Hooters, but Hooters also had good food. But what made this one so special is this Hooters was legit on the river. And me and my co-host were there several times because we were lucky enough when we were young and it didn't cost $1 billion. We used to go to Bengals games.
Every
So
year,
every year.
it
And
was
we
my.
always hit up the Hooters.
Oh yeah, we used to go to Hooters Saturday night. We'd stay in Kentucky at a hotel. We would go to the Hooters on the riverfront uh, on Saturday night, watch some college games, say some inappropriate things to the waitresses. Not
I,
really, don't
I don't
cancel
know.
us.
I remember one year. I remember one year that someone with us kind of got in a little bit of got some heat on them. I don't remember exactly why. I think they touched a waitress. Not like totally inappropriate. You're not allowed to touch them at all. I don't.
Ooh, yes, I
Remember?
do remember.
Wasn't there like a leg touch
It,
or something?
it was
I
one
don't.
of my uncle's friends, I think.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah,
It was
he did
someone
get
else.
in
It was
trouble.
one of those tag-alongs.
I,
Got in good with
I
them. Don't touch
remember
me.
I remember going when I was like 14, I think it was. I went and one of my family members, I think one of my uncles, it could be one of my uncle's friends or one of our friends that used to go all the time. We had a lot of Browns fans go because we would go to a lot of Bengals Browns games,
Yeah.
and one of them suggested for me to drop my fork and ask for
Oh
help
my
picking
gosh.
it up.
I
Um,
remember that.
I was a
That.
kid and I was just like, okay,
I
sounds
remember
like a good plan.
that.
Uh,
Oopsies.
I was like, I get it. I sure. I mean, it was at that point in my life where I'm like, well, I was starting to realize that girls are kind of nice to look at, you know. I was
Yes. We
starting
were
to get some
corrupting him.
weird feelings, you
We were
know.
corrupting him early. You know. I mean, come on. We were both very young going to Hooters.
I mean,
Football.
I was 14.
Yeah.
When
So
do we start? When do you start liking girls? Or, I mean, it was maybe a little earlier than that, but
well, that might be around the right age, but you were like thrown right into it. I mean, it's Hooters. You're like, here, check this out. Watch her bend over. Hey, where did her shorts go?
yeah.
So
Oh
I'm
no!
guessing,
Woo.
I don't know when the Hooters closed down, but I'm guessing the building itself, the restaurant itself, must have been in rough shape because someone else could have took it over. But I'm just gonna guess that they were probably like, it's been on the river long enough. It needs a lot of work. We're just gonna take
I'm
it.
just that's just so sad.
It's
That's
very
like a
sad. It's
huge
iconic.
part of my
And I've
childhood.
been to a lot of Hooters. It's not just because it's part of our childhood. Like I said, the one element
I
that
love their wings. I
made it so
do.
badass was the fact it was legit on the river. So there you go. Well,
Well,
we're gonna
I also liked that the next day we would go again for lunch.
Yep.
We would go to Hooters for lunch, and then we would get to take a ferry boat
Yes.
from the Hooters on the riverfront directly to the stadium.
And we always stayed in Kentucky, kids, because Cincinnati was dry then, and our uncles and shit had to drink, and so we always stayed in Kentucky, right over the river. So there you go.
It
Good
was
times.
such
Good
good
memories.
times. This one really hurt.
It does.
I did see this, and this one
Bro.
got me.
Not cool. Well, we're gonna go from that to some other news that's kind of food related. Good old Walmart out there helping the world out. We had a recall for some radioactive shrimp.
Oh man, I I might want some shrimp powers. I'd be cool with some shrimp powers.
Bones. What is that? Imagine Dragons? I'm radioactive.
I don't know.
Radioactive. It is Imagine Dragons. Your host is hip.
Okay, are
Yeah.
you though?
Yeah. But yes, a recall from Walmart, legit, because the shrimp may or may not be radioactive contaminated, which is kind of funny. I was glad I found this story because this one ties and segues right into the story that we're going to next. But the point of this one is if you got Walmart shrimp, don't eat it. I don't care which one it is. If you have any raw shrimp that came from Walmart, I would not eat it. This is not a superhero movie, kids. I don't think you're going to turn into a superhero if you eat radioactive shrimp. But you never know, because the truth is we're exposed to radiation all the time. That's just reality. Like, how much radiation is like?
Yeah, just a little bit of radiation. I mean,
I'm just saying, like, every time you put a bag of popcorn or your TV dinner in that microwave, that's radiation. I mean, you're exposed to it all the time. A little radiation never hurt nobody.
just a little, just a little.
We might we might get a new superhero out of it. Speaking of radioactive shit and superheroes,
Do you want some? What would shrimp powers be? Just swimming and being delicious?
What would it actually? Maybe it wouldn't tie you into the shrimp aspect. Maybe it would just give you special powers. I don't know, but that's a good question. Shrimp powers wouldn't really help much, huh? Look, I can swim. You'd be like Aquaman. Sorry,
Aquaman. You'd just be really good at swimming and being delicious. So I don't know if I want to be delicious. I might be delicious already. I don't know. I've never tried cannibalism.
I'm delicious, and I know it. I heard proteins are what goes good with it.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
A nice Chianti.
Nice Chianti. Yeah, that's what I heard you had to have, is some of that. So, oh boy. This is why you're better off not knowing. Just eat what you like and don't worry about it. That's what I say. Usually it's the more you know, but when it comes to food, the less you know. Like Nike.
The less you know.
Better off you are, I swear. I think I've shared this story on the podcast before, but I had a niece who decided she would watch a video on how chicken nuggets are made, and then she would never let her kids eat chicken nuggets again. These kids were deprived of chicken nuggets because mom didn't like the video she saw.
Mom should have never learned.
You know what?
Sometimes knowledge is not power.
Just stick to porn, okay? Don't watch
You want to see real sausage being made?
Just stick to porn. Don't be looking up stuff like that. You don't need to know it, all right?
Yeah, just enjoy that sausage going into your stepsister, Good, clean fun for the whole family. This is not a view no, never mind. I'm sorry. I don't want to be put on the Epstein list.
There goes two of our friends.
I retract that joke.
Cut that.
Cut that.
All right, well, this radioactive shit leads into our next subject. I've been wanting to talk about this for weeks, and I kept putting it aside because there's always so much bullshit out there. So we finally get to talk about something I'm excited for. We finally get the Toxic Avenger.
All right, and you wanted this.
Did you get that trailer that I sent you?
I will bring up the trailer. Sorry, I forgot to bring up the trailer.
It's a different trailer than I originally was going to show, but they actually did an old Grindhouse trailer. So this is an old 70s style Grindhouse trailer for Toxic Avenger.
Oh, okay.
And I know you're a big fan of trauma films, whatever. But when you see this, you're gonna be like, yeah, they made it just like they would have back then. I'm so excited for this shit.
I have watched a few trauma films in my day, indeed.
Me too. Over the top, just off the wall, fucking. And the trailer so far makes it look like that's exactly what this is going to be. And we'll see it in the trailer. There's a scene where he rips a guy's arm off, and a reporter's with the witness and like, what happened? He's like, he ripped that guy's arm off. And of course, it's a classic, it's the classic 70s cheesy blood squirting everywhere shit. Fucking love it.
Boy, man. This movie could be terrible, but at least they get the trailer right,
I think it's going to be good terrible.
Yeah.
Meet Winston Goose. He's a 90-pound weakling. Everyone hated Winston.
Fire him again. Jesus Christ.
They teased him.
Just clean it up, fucking dingling.
They taunted him. They tormented him until he had a horrifying accident and fell into a vat of nuclear waste, transforming Winston into a hideously deformed creature of superhuman strength. Winston became the Toxic Avenger. The first superhero born out of nuclear waste.
What did you see last night?
There it is.
Wet bread.
Right there sells me.
All right, everybody, drop your tacos or I'll blow your brains out.
The gangsters and the corporate ghouls were ruining the town of Tromaville until the Toxic Avenger ripped them apart. The Toxic Avenger. His face is so terrifying. He looks like a fucked up hot dog. The good citizens love him. The fat and corrupt hate him.
Find him, bring him here.
For incredible explosive action, you must see the Toxic Avenger. He's a different kind of hero. The Toxic Avenger is finally coming to your town. Show the fuck up.
Show the fuck up.
The
That's a
Toxic
great
Avenger
tagline for a
Unrated opens
trailer.
August 29th at theaters and drive-ins everywhere. Get tickets now at toxitix.com.
Is it going to be in? When does it come out? Is it going to be on drive-ins? Because we're getting close to the drive-ins being shut down.
And that trailer was done that way. I don't think they filmed it that way like Tarantino did back in the day when he did his Grindhouse films, but I would totally watch it that way. We got bacon and we got blood and gore that's over the top. I fucking love that.
Over the top. And I like Peter Dinklage as well. So.
Me too. And you people that are bitching, stop bitching. Who cares if the original Toxic Avenger, he's not fucking real. Like, how are you going to use a small person? Come on. Who cares? Peter Dinklage is...
Because it's fucking Peter Dinklage. I mean, I'm sorry, but logic goes out the window if you can get Peter Dinklage in a fucking Toxic Avenger. Yeah. Like, Troma would have, flipped their script back in the day if they could have got someone as big as Peter Dinklage to play the Toxic Avenger.
But this is the world we live in, right? Because that's the problem. We're not looking at it as a great fucking actor is going to do this cheesy over-the-top movie. Everybody's looking at it. Why was the small person cast? Get the
Toxic Avenger is like the cheesiest, most ridiculous movie, and we got fucking Peter Dinklage to do the.
And I love the makeup, right? When they did the close-up of his face, I love the makeup because it's not too correct. It's kind of low budget, but like it should be. You know. Yeah, I'm all for it, and fuck people that want to say, why are you using it? Because he's a great actor, that's why. This is Peter fucking Dinklage. You better call somebody. You don't know who that is. You know the way the world is, everybody just has to have a reason to bitch, you know?
Yeah.
But good for him. I'm glad he took this role, you know, and fuck off if you don't like it. Just don't go watch it then, all right? We're going to talk about another movie here in a little bit, but we talked about it when we brought up Superman and stuff, how it was like the summer of movies, but I think movies are back finally. We're getting a lot of good movies coming out. It seems like since the pandemic, we weren't getting like a lot of movies at one time. It was very spread out, and some were bad, some were good, but we're getting like a lot of movies coming out all of a sudden. I think the film industry's back. And I say, hallelujahs. You know what I mean? Like, I'm all for it. Like, they just keep coming and coming and coming. But anyway, let's move on to this one. Let's have some fun. Fuck the people that are complaining about Peter Dinklage. Let's talk about these crackers, or the cracker. No, not that. You skipped one.
No, those crackers. I got the right one.
Cracker Barrel. It says.
Okay.
There you go. Come on now. So Cracker Barrel.
I did that on purpose.
Cracker Barrel changes their logo, and everybody loses their fucking mind. Like, we have politicians talking about this. Give me a fucking break.
I'm disappointed in it because, you know, I like a good logo that explains exactly what it is, you know? And the old Cracker Barrel did that. You had a barrel and you had a cracker right there. It was just perfect representation of Cracker Barrel.
And that's your approach, but there's all these motherfuckers now. They're all talking about they did it so they can be woke. Blah, 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 blah. I need something to bitch about. Do you see that picture of the people in the Cracker Barrel? Yeah, their clients are dying. And they need to update their look, and that's all this is. And we're trying to turn it into this shit like they changed the Washington Redskins logo again. It's not that big of a thing. I even Googled it, by the way. Now, let's talk about when we were kids. When you go into Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, name any fucking restaurant, not even fast food, do any of them look the way they did when you were a child?
No, and
no. No.
The worst part about this, though,
holding on.
I read something that was talking about, now I don't know how true it is, but they were talking about one of the reasons that Cracker Barrel changed their logo and tried to streamline it is because I guess they had a lawsuit not too long ago about how like they were separating black people when they were coming to the Cracker Barrel and keeping them in like a corner or something. So they got into some trouble, and the lawsuit, to my understanding, they lost that lawsuit. So they got in some trouble for discrimination. So this new logo, this new look is supposedly to try to rebrand them so people aren't.
Well,
thinking,
even if, and I didn't read about that, but even if there wasn't that lawsuit, that's all it is. They're just rebranding. Like they were one of the last. In fact, they were the last. I did a little research, and we're only talking major chains, but they were the last. There's no major U.S. restaurant, fast food or otherwise, that still uses their original logo anymore. So it's just trying to change. And to be honest, they probably have to change the inside a little too, because like nobody's going to Cracker Barrel anymore. But I'm glad you brought up that little bit of background, because I wondered why it was turning into all this big kind of crazy. I guess that's why the politicians are involved. I don't really listen to them, so I try to ignore it.
Yeah,
But they're trying to turn it into being political and being woke. To me, it's just being modern. By the way, it shouldn't be Cracker Barrel at all. That offends me.
Well, to their definition of woke, it was probably trying to be woke, because they're trying to get a bigger demographic.
Right. But to me, it's not woke, it's just branding. It's fucking marketing. It makes sense. Like, that's outdated. Nobody eats a Cracker Barrel.
They could have kept the barrel.
They could have kept the barrel and replaced Grandpa with like a hot chick and some puppies.
I guess in that same article, I read something about how, and I've never knew this, because I guess it's way back when, but the reason they had the barrel and the person on the barrel is because a barrel signified like it was like a water cooler way back when. You talk around water. No. Well, you talk around the barrel, like it was a place where people would meet up.
They literally have water in them or liquor or.
Fair enough. But I guess according to them, that's part of the reason they have the whole barrel.
That right there, that's people have too much time on their fucking hands. That's
I have too much time on my hands.
No,
read articles.
No, the person that wrote that fucking article has too much time on their hands. Like, who the fuck?
I mean, if it was an official article, they probably got paid for it. And
who cares? Like, you like their food or you don't. This is what's wrong.
News is news, my friend.
Who cares what the origin of Cracker Barrel is? Do you like?
I do. I'm a trivia host. I love this stupid crap.
Yeah, but would you not eat there because it's some old?
No, the barrel. The barrel part wasn't the part they said that was the issue. The issue was the discrimination.
Okay.
And they're trying to
Cracker Barrel, and we only allow crackers. That's why.
That's right. Well,
I find it offensive myself because I'm a cracker.
Yeah.
I don't live in a barrel, but I still find it offensive.
I'm slightly more concerned.
And then
with
the crazy thing is, they lost their stock. They lost a bunch of money, and the stock dropped really bad as soon as they changed the logo. And again, I'm guessing that's because there's politics involved, so everybody's panicking.
I think they should have kept the barrel and just take the person out.
You could have done that, and you could still put the barrel there, right there underneath. The logo there.
You could have just done the barrel.
I can't even remember the last time I went to a Cracker Barrel, to be honest. It's been years.
It's been a while.
Before the pandemic. It had to be before the pandemic.
It was probably definitely before the pandemic for me as well. I didn't hate their food. Their food's not terrible.
But it's not one of them places that I guess I would be sitting around going, where do I want to eat? Oh, I know. I really want to go to Cracker. It was more like the family were meeting and they picked that place. Or when we traveled, I remember when I was married, if we took trips, Cracker Barrel was a popular stop if you're on the road,
Oh, no. There's one in town. I have a firm support when I go out to a new location. I want to have something I've never had before. When I go to a new place, if I'm on vacation or I go to Columbus even, I don't want to go to McDonald's or Burger King or something I have in town. I want something I like. I always like to find new places. Either something that I don't get to go to often, like Hooters, because they're not around here, or some place I've never tried. I want to try new things. I love trying new things,
I-
which I guess not everybody's like that.
No, actually, I'm the same way. And if I'm out of town or something, I'm the same way. And even I've lived here about 2 years now, and there's still a ton of restaurants that I haven't tried, even where I live now. So I get
Yeah.
it. But there you go. Cracker Barrel change. Go eat there. Don't. Who cares? Does anybody really care? Go get some Cracker Barrel and buy a candle. I don't care. Don't go.
All
Whatever.
right, let's go back to talking about other
Yeah,
crackers.
your spoiler. Exciting news, I'm sure you heard too. We are getting another Super Troopers.
Mhm.
Everyone is coming back.
That's awesome.
Do you boys like Mexico? Is the tease we get? Because they were in Canada last time, right? Super Troopers 2, weren't they? That's when they went to Canada. Yeah. Have you seen 2?
I have. I believe so.
yeah.
I've seen
two's
the first
Canadian.
2. I like them.
First one's the original one with the whole, like, when he's meowing at the guy when they pull him over.
Yeah.
Just meow at me. But,
What are you talking about right now?
also, by the way, this is a random side note, but the same, guy that does Super Troopers, he was the one that also did the Dukes of Hazzard movie, which I liked. That movie took a lot of crap. I liked it. It wasn't supposed to be like a TV show. I thought the Dukes of Hazzard movie was hilarious, in my opinion. But that's just a random side note. So yeah, Super Troopers 3. That's what I'm talking about, man. We're getting all sorts of good movies.
Well, see, I'll be honest with you. Now, I did show that as a joke when you mentioned crackers,
Yeah.
but at first I was like, you were talking about new movies, so at first I thought you were wanting to do Super Troopers next because I thought you were segueing from talking about Toxic Adventure to another new movie because you were talking about.
I put the crackers. I put the crackers in between. It's like a sandwich, I guess, a backward sandwich. 2 movies and a cracker. That's my next song. 2 movies and a cracker. But anyway, yes, Super Troopers 3 is on the horizon. I bet it'll be funny shit. I don't know. I like all those movies.
I mean, they were both. The first one's better, but they were. 2 was pretty funny too.
I haven't watched it yet, but actually, a couple of these guys from Super Troopers have that firefighter show called Tacoma. I think it's called Tacoma Fire Department, something like that. It's on
FD.
I haven't got to see it.
I haven't watched it.
But anyway, there you go. Super Troopers 3. I have to do a retract here. This next story, I misquoted something when Hulk Hogan passed away because I was emotional. I was wrong when I said his autopsy had been performed. It actually had not been performed yet. There was no autopsy yet. And last week, Brooke Hogan came out saying that she has people reaching out to her, like investigators and people from the hospital saying they know some things and blah, blah, blah. Well, then all of a sudden, Sky decides to have the autopsy. And now there may be a malpractice suit involved in Hulk Hogan's death.
Uh-oh.
Now, if you go back and listen to our podcast, and I'm not saying I'm no expert, but I know I already touched on this, and now it's been confirmed, because I know when we were talking, I mentioned that what I heard was when they performed the last surgery, they damaged something in his neck. And that is indeed what happened. They damaged the phrenic, if I'm pronouncing it right, nerve. And those are the nerves that basically control your breathing. So if those nerves aren't working, you don't breathe properly. So we do have a medical malpractice suit under investigation that's Hulk Hogan because of them damaging this nerve during his last operation. So kind of sucks,
Yeah.
Like natural death is one thing, but what actually caused all this? I mean, I'm no doctor, but I assume if he stopped breathing, that could definitely cause cardiac arrest. That was the official cause of death when it came out. But like I said, they performed the autopsy, and also they didn't bring up the cancer thing again. But Brooke's claiming that that's bullshit, and her dad never had cancer. So who knows? It's just horrible. I hope it all clears up soon. That's all I can say. Like,
yeah, agreed.
Just let it lay. Let it be. He's gone. Why? That's why I had to take something down. I forgot to put that up. That was my bad. Just like on my job. So. There you go. All right, well, let me pop this back up because we're going to talk WWE news now. A lot to talk about here. But the thing I heard this week blew my mind. I guess it shouldn't, and I think it could be amazing. But the newest rumor, let me send you the image right now, is that the WWE might be in trouble, and they might need saved. And there's only one person I could think of to save them, Save us, Y2J, because that's the new rumor. Chris Jericho to return to WWE and end his career is totally a possibility. Um, and I'm down for it. I mean, why not, right?
He needs to save us again.
Save us again, and I think it would be perfect if they could keep it a secret, and he could come back at the Royal Rumble. And I would even use the original old Titantron and everything. Do the old fucking Y2J entrance. But yeah, he's opened up.
I mean, I hate to say it, but yeah, he's had a lot of good gimmicks. I love the list stuff he did a couple years ago.
It was.
You know, the list. Made the list.
You know, the list was part of the reason that he left. That was like part of what started it, because he wasn't happy where they put him and Kevin Owens on the match card at WrestleMania when they did the whole list thing and the best friends thing and all that. Yeah, that was part of the downfall. But this just seems like another case of Vince is gone, and WWE, as we know, is getting bigger and more financially. I mean, they're going to ESPN now, for God's sake. So of course, everybody wants to go back, and why not end your career there? Jericho did a lot of great shit in AEW too. He reinvented himself like 50 times, but every character has been
honestly, he constantly reinvents himself.
Yeah, he does. I mean, he's had like 6 or 7 different versions of himself in AEW, and he's in great shape right now. He got fat shamed a few times because he wasn't always in the best shape during his AEW run, but the man's almost 60. Fuck.
Yeah.
What kind of shape are you in? People that are saying that shit. So there you go.
I don't want to talk about shapes.
Possibility of Jericho coming back. I did a last-minute graphic this morning. I was really happy because I actually found one graphic. We're going to discuss Clash of Paris. Clash of Paris only has 5 matches, so we should be able to discuss this and make our picks real quick, because I know we also have something else to talk about today. But here we go. The Clash of Paris card officially. There it is. It's now 5 matches. It was only 4 until they just made the women's intercontinental title match was added. So here we go. And the one I'm going to start with is we have Sheamus versus Rusev in it's a street fight. I forget what they're calling it. And unfortunately, no one cares. I think they've dropped the ball already with Rusev. And I know I used to complain about this when Vince was here, but these two have fought on Raw 752 times since Rusev came back, so no one cares that they're fighting on the pay-per-view. When Rusev comes out, he doesn't even get any kind of reaction, good or bad. And that's WWE's fault for booking bad. Like, if you would have built this as something other than, we're fighting every week, so let's fight again, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have a story. That's my issue with it. It's not about fighting on TV all the time, but when there's no real story other than we've been beating each other up every week, so let's just fight again. It's not appealing. You know what I mean? Maybe this will help. But I just hate seeing Rusev come out and nobody cares. Like,
it's sad. I like Rusev.
Speaking of all that, see, and maybe that's what they should have done. Like, people were really stoked the first time he came out.
I get why they didn't. They're probably trying to go with more of a serious tone with them.
They were, but a lot of people right away were like, what are you doing? Because when he debuted back, he interfered in a tag team match and beat up the Alpha Academy, and that kind of makes no sense. It's not a tag wrestler. You know what I mean? Like, but anyway.
Yeah, but if they had him come out and just start beating everybody, it could have been a part of his character.
And he did. He started beating everybody, and then he took on every member of Alpha Academy individually and destroyed all of them. But I just don't think it's been enough. Maybe this will help, because it is a no-holds-barred street fight, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So if it's good, and we all know that these foreign crowds are way different. They usually love everyone because they love having them there. So, but in this particular match, I'm going to pick Rusev because there wouldn't be any reason for him not to win. Like, I think Rusev has to go over. I don't know if they have I don't know if they've met so many times and they got a 2-2 thing going or whatever. I don't know, but I'm going to pick Rusev. I mean, I don't see why.
Yeah, I'm going with Rusev. I love Sheamus, but yeah, I'll go with
Rusev as well. The next one I want to talk about is Roman Reigns and Bronson Reed. And I don't know if you saw this, but the reason I love this is because we all know Roman Reigns is the tribal chief, and now Bronson Reed calls himself the tribal thief because he's been stealing Roman's sneakers. And literally on the new shirt, I didn't do a graphic, but on his new shirt that says tribal thief, there's a pair of sneakers. It looks like they're hanging around your neck. Like, there's literally
I like it.
Yes, talked a lot of trash with him on Raw last night and all this, but I don't see any reason Roman doesn't win. I mean, Roman isn't around all the time, so I got to pick Roman. I don't see any reason Roman doesn't win. There could be interference and shenanigans, but I still think Roman's going to win.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Unless Bronson Reed steals this win.
He'll be here all week. Be all week. Yeah, so there you go. And our newest match added, by the way, props to WWE, I would say, for they're obviously trying to make the women's intercontinental title matter, obviously. And for kids our age, us young adults, this is going to be great, right? We get to see Becky Lynch and Nikki Bella. Who the fuck thought they'd say that in 2025 for the women's intercontinental title? Nikki. Oh, anyway, but we'll see some puppies.
I mean, I have a slightly different opinion. I like
you don't like Nikki Bella? Oh well, Becky's a better wrestler.
Oh no, I like her.
Becky's like that. I do like Becky. I like this heel character that she's been doing, but she got herself a little bit of heat. I don't know if you saw the controversy, but they were in Dublin, Ireland, and or no, they weren't in Dublin, Ireland. They were in they were close to where Ozzy's from, and she made a really bad Ozzy joke. Yeah, got a little heat for that. Little too much heat. Too much heel heat for that one.
Yeah, I mean, she already got heat for the whole pregnancy joke.
Yeah, this one could be kind of tough, but I'm gonna say Becky. I'm gonna pick Becky. I don't see them putting the belt on Nikki. You never know, but I'm gonna go with Becky in that match.
I'm going with Becky.
We agree.
Yeah, I don't dislike Bella, but
me neither. But I just don't see any reason to give it to Bella.
Yeah,
I mean, and Becky's on a roll right now, and I think they're gonna have one of the younger up and coming divas from Becky. Maybe.
Yeah,
who knows? But our next match, and as much as I wanted to see more heel Cena, you can tell he's way more comfortable as a babyface. And he fucking destroyed Logan Paul on the mic on SmackDown, like Cena always does. And but I think that bastard Logan Paul's going to win this match. Those brass knucks are going to come out or something. He's going to steal this win. I see Logan Paul beating Cena.
Yeah. If you go by normal rules of being a
babyface on the way out.
Babyface on the way out, you want to help push the younger talent and
the guy that's
be honest,
the guy I used to hate on, but yeah, Logan Paul is one of the next big things. I don't mean that in the Brock way, and he's one of those special attractions, kind of like Roman was when he was the heel. And yeah, it makes perfect sense for Logan to win.
So
shitty heel win.
They decided not to go with John Cena versus Brock here.
They're doing it next month. We talked about that a little bit last week, but we'll talk about it again. I got it in my subjects, but yeah, they're saving that one. I didn't think they were going to do Brock and Cena in Paris. Nothing against Paris, but this is not a all the time annual big pay-per-view, so I didn't expect that match to take place there. Now the four-way, I talked a little bit to you last night, and I was kind of wrong. But anyway, we got the four-way for the World Heavyweight Championship. I personally thought Jay turned heel last night on Raw. The crowd did not react that way. And maybe but now I think Jay's going to. I think Jay might fully turn in this match, and I think Jay's going to be the fourth guy in division. After what we saw last night on Raw, they were all in the ring, and of course they were fighting. That's normal because it's going to be a fatal four-way. But Jay ended up super kicking LA Knight and CM Punk, and Seth Rollins yeeted after he did it. But the crowd was still cheering, and Jay didn't say anything. But to me, it was definitely a little bit of a Jay may be turning heel. Maybe I'm wrong.
Of course, at the same time, that could be simply you are my opponent.
Four-way, fuck you guys, right?
Yeah, and it's for the title, right?
Yes, it's a fatal four-way for the world.
Yeah, there are no friends in a title match.
My prediction is Seth wins. My prediction is also that Jay is a member of Seth's faction. We just don't know it yet. I expect it to happen right here at Clash of Champions. That's my call. I'm going 2 in.
You think they take them out and maybe Jay does the lay down?
Yeah, or Jay just make sure he gets it somehow. Yeah, I could be wrong. I still think Seth's going to win either way. Even if Jay doesn't turn, I don't see him taking the title off.
Yeah, I don't see them doing that either because I feel like Seth's keeping it until CM Punk.
And there's way too many ways in the yeah, there's plenty of ways for him to keep his title in this fatal 4-way too. So
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see. Maybe they'll tease us for a while and Jay won't turn right away, and maybe Jay will just do something to fuck somebody accidentally. But I still think at some point, maybe it won't happen here, but I'm still saying at some point Jay's going to be part of the division. I just think Jay's going to turn. That's my prediction. And I picked Seth, so there you go.
Yeah, I'm going with Seth. I don't think Seth loses it until CM Punk faces him at WrestleMania. I think CM Punk. I think they're building for CM Punk versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania for the title.
Yeah, I think I didn't write them down as we were going, but I think you and I picked the same winners for all the matches. Who'd you pick for the Roman Bronson match?
I did say Roman unless Bronson steals it. That's
so we did all
said.
we picked the same winners all the way down the card. So
yeah,
see what happens, and this will transition to what we were just talking about with Brock. And unfortunately, it's the end of an era because Clash in Paris is the last pay-per-view on Cock. They lied to us and teased us with the tip, but starting next month, and that's your next graphic, WrestlePalooza of Indianapolis will be on ESPN, exclusively on ESPN. And also, by the way, that they're just playing this whole ESPN thing out. College Game Day happens to be there that day. And we all know who's on College Game Day, Mr. McAfee. And Pat McAfee is returning at WrestlePalooza. So
nice.
They are going to use this. And again,
as a wrestler or as a commentator?
Commentator.
Okay.
And again, like I keep trying to emphasize, maybe it's not soaking in people. Whether you have ESPN or you're upset about the price, blah, 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 this is fucking huge. This is huge. We're going to watch wrestling on ESPN.
It's pretty cool.
A pay-per-view.
It is pretty cool,
you know
but
darn well that
I'm done watching the PLEs.
And you know darn well that there's going to be some WWE guys show up on College Game Day because it's there. You know they're going to tie this into a whole all-day thing.
Yeah.
And it's big. Like when I was young, they had the GWF on ESPN, but that was a very small wrestling thing that was on like 1 hour at like a weird time in the afternoon because it was the 80s, But this is huge. This is huge. It's just the transition's happening earlier. Now, for now, our content stays on the Cock. The old stuff staying on the Cock till the end of the year. But now, this is the one thing I don't like. Like, I get making money. I get the streaming world. But can we just put everything in one fucking spot? Because now Peacock is getting Saturday night's main event, but it won't be on TV. It'll only be on Peacock.
But if you think about it as a corporation thing, you're getting money from Netflix for the Raw. Well, you're getting money from Peacock for those. And you're getting money from ESPN, probably a crap load of money. So you're making a crap load more money doing it this way.
Get that there are a lot of people. I'm not one of them. I also get there's a lot of people that are pay all those different prices. I'm not. And if Peacock doesn't keep our content, fuck Saturday night's main event. I'm not going to keep Peacock if it doesn't have what we need to do podcasts. I don't watch enough stuff on there.
Yeah.
Justify keeping Peacock. And I don't always keep Netflix. Like, sometimes I'll keep it, and if I can't afford it, I'll drop it for a month. So.
There's a couple shows I like on the Peacock. Like, I've been watching the new Twisted Metal.
Yeah. Again, for us, our big concern is where's our old content going? Where's what we need for our show going?
That's what I'm worried about. Yeah,
that's our number one concern personally.
What scares me is you were telling me that that people don't watch it enough. So we need to get our show to be big, so they don't just decide not to keep.
Well, they're not gonna not put it out somewhere. It's gonna go out. Like, they're not gonna sit on that money because, again, like you just said, it's money. Even if people aren't watching it on these other streaming services, like, a lot of people think it's going to end up on YouTube because you can make a lot of money from YouTube, and that's probably a more common place that old stuff is viewed. I just think when you put it on like Peacock, there's so much to watch. Most people probably just watch the PLEs. They're probably not even watching like the documentaries about WWE and all that other stuff. So I think in the right setting, the stuff would get watched. We just need more people like us, that like the old stuff.
Well, like I said, we just need to make our show big so people watch the pay-per-views with us.
We need to grow. We need to grow. I got to remove some stuff. All right. Let me double check, I think.
I do like that WrestlePalooza is that they're doing this on ESPN. Their first pay-per-view on ESPN is a new one. We've never done WrestlePalooza.
And it's going to be John Cena versus Brock. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of people. John Cena's that status now where there's people that don't watch wrestling that know who the fuck John Cena is. Come on, he's everywhere. Peacemaker, all his movies, like so. You're
Yeah.
going to get non-wrestling.
Rock is huge in the UFC world, so
Yep.
that's
So it's
there's a
all
connection.
yeah. And the rumor right now is they haven't picked one yet, but it's going to be a stipulation match. I've heard Hell in the Cell's a possibility. Yeah, they're going to make it some kind of put them into Hell in the Cell. I'll watch that, folks. I can't tell you how much I enjoyed the last time Brock Lesnar destroyed John Cena, which was like 2012 when all he did was suplex him like 75 times at SummerSlam. The greatest thing I ever watched. So anyway,
Fun fact: that's when John Cena started losing his hair.
And actually did get a hair implant for this final run because people made him feel like he needed one. And come on, people.
Sorry that now I feel like I contributed to the problem.
Let's see, was it last week you were last week you were calling Triple H's mom fat, and now you're calling Cena bald. You were really healing it, man.
Well, except for one of those is true. I don't know. Well, I guess I don't know about Triple H's mom.
Nope, we actually discussed that on the podcast.
That's right. You did look it up. You did look it up.
Felt so bad, I didn't want you to have to go to bed feeling guilty about fat shaming a woman. She was fat.
Oh no, I was fine.
You'll be here all week, folks. You'll be here all week.
I lost my feelings a long time ago.
All right, let me put up some notes because I believe we are ready for our video game review. Video game review time.
Mayhem, brought to you by Electronic Arts.
Lovely game. So we are reviewing WCW Mayhem. It was released in September of 1999. We had it on 64, PlayStation, and Game Boy Color. And I remember this game being fucking horrible.
I watched it a little bit last night, and it doesn't seem to have changed any opinions.
But there's a couple of things that are funny about it. First of all, and I know we've talked about this on the podcast before, and since they have this ESPN deal, I could see in the future WWE games becoming EA Sports, just like Madden. It's in the game. We've talked about this on the podcast when that's happened, and I think it's closer now that ESPN deal is done. But the funny thing is, this piece of shit was done by EA Sports. So we've already actually had an EA Sports wrestling game. Just didn't go so well back then. This is EA Sports. Now, I'll read all these firsts this game had. This was the first WCW game to have all 12 pay-per-view venues.
Okay.
It also had all 3 major shows, which were Nitro, Thunder, as we're seeing right now, and Saturday Night's Main Event. It also was the first game to integrate audio commentary provided by Bobby Heenan and Tony Schiavone, and you only got that if you had N64. That was not on the PlayStation version.
Oh wow! I did watch a little bit of the PlayStation version as well, but this footage is actually from the 64.
Yeah. It also had a pay-per-view mode, which was unique from other games at the time, and in that, a player could enter a code to unlock real-life pay-per-view match lineups. So, like when this game came out, if you got the Halloween Havoc, you could enter a code and get the actual match card from Halloween Havoc that year.
Oh.
It only lasted 3 months though. And it seems like it was a timing issue because if someone left or whatever, because of when they had to give you the access to it, the card could change or whatever. So it just looks like it ended up being too complicated for them to keep doing it.
Yeah, and this was before we were online. This is before DLC. So it's not like if somebody new showed up to that next pay-per-view, you couldn't just add them to the game.
Right. And then it received some criticism, which again, older times, and today we're like, we don't care if this happens, but some people were mad because the roster was out of date, because once it came out, like Jericho was already gone, Raven was already gone, Dean Malenko and Eddie were gone really quickly after the game came out. Nowadays, we don't care, right? Because I remember us talking about how Cody was in the AEW game and and I think Punk too. Punk was like in both games. Like today, we're like, we don't care. Then it was funny too because Bobby Eaton was a character on the roster for this game and was not wrestling at this time, so he was kind of like a Legends thing.
Yeah.
And then with Sting, you actually had the original Sting, like Surfer Sting, and Wolfpack Sting, and Crow Sting. So you had 3 different Stings. So, but again, I don't remember liking this at all. I mean, I remember the game.
It looks a little rough. I mean, I'm
Not
watching.
only
I don't remember if I played it. I don't think I did.
I got it on 64 because I had a 64. But from what I remember too, it's not just that it looks bad when you're watching it, but the gameplay was not easy. If you know what I mean, like still early on in games, right? So everything was fucking complicated. Like I don't remember it being like you push circle to punch, you push. I remember having to push like multiple stuff all the time just to do basic fucking moves.
So it was almost like trying to play Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat, where you got to go
like
down
but like everything, yeah, exactly. You had to do all this stuff.
Do a DDT, up, down, B.
Yeah. And they actually originally there was a sequel plan for it, but guess what? That didn't happen. Big shock, right? They never released Mayhem 2. I don't know why. Yeah.
And Mayhem was based on a WCW pay-per-view, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm still learning I mean, we're just now starting this WCW.
These were towards the dying days. So
yeah. I'm not completely familiar with all the WCW pay-per-views, so
yeah, and of course, Thunder was the show they added towards the end. That was their second weekly show that they people in charge decided they needed because WWE had added SmackDown, to television, so they decided they needed another show. And,
right.
That didn't work out very good either. But when I look at the reviews, now I remember this thing being crap, but on average, they got a 6 out of 10 from most places, like Game
so it wasn't
Game Fan, Game
crap.
Revolution. I remember it being crap, but a lot of 4.5s. Yeah, I mean, it had a great roster, and it was cool that it had like all the different arenas. But yeah, I just remember not being
It's
fun.
like
And
a
again, I think the
given
characters
now, but
I think the characters look kind of funny, like they were trying to be more realistic. And again, this is like that other game we reviewed from WWF, the hand thing. Like DDP's hands are not moving; they're just like this the whole time. Oh, he made a fist there, but see, it's just you got to. And that looks like Crush from WWF. I don't even know who the fuck he's fighting. I have no idea who that guy is.
Bobby Blaze is his name.
Oh, Bobby Blaze. That's another one I read that he's not active anymore, but they included him in the game. I've heard the name, but I don't know who Bobby Blaze is.
Yeah, it shows their names in the bottom. At the bottom.
Yeah, if I remember right, I don't even think I kept this game. I think I ended up trading it or
compared to, I'm pretty sure I still own WrestleMania 2000 somewhere.
Like I was still playing that kind. I was playing No Mercy and WrestleMania 2000, and I still think the best WCW game was WCW NWO Revenge.
Oh yeah,
I don't remember anything including that as far as WCW.
That's peak WCW. I don't think any WCW game tops that.
No.
WCW versus NWO Revenge.
Am I wrong? I haven't even seen. Is there a fucking crowd? I haven't seen a crowd anywhere.
I don't think so. I don't think there's a crowd.
This was before the virus, but they still. Oh, there's some. There were some.
Just not at ringside or not.
No, they didn't even look. They don't even look 2D. They just look flat. They just look like blobs of color. Interesting. By the way, this is not video game related, but I find it very. Yeah, look back there. They're just like blocks of color. That is the worst crowd I've ever seen.
I don't know about the worst, but yeah, it's not great.
This is not to do with this video game, but I found this interesting. They showed the other day that WWE has filed a trademark for Thunderdome, which was what they called it when they were in the pandemic.
Yeah, I remember Thunderdome.
So interesting, wondering why they trademarked Thunderdome. But anyway, I don't think anyone wants to relive that. But victory! Oh man, it said don't forget to insert your controller pack, kids.
I do like.
Don't forget.
So I haven't watched DDP in quite some time. I'm really looking forward to start seeing him on the podcast. But did DDP do the Diamond Dallas Bang over and over again when he won a match. Is that accurate to Diamond Dallas Page back then?
Yeah, that was his Hulk Hogan pose.
It was just like, well, I know what it was, but I'm just saying, did he do it constantly over and over again?
No.
In a row, not just like, did he do it a lot? No, I'm talking about literally
like
when he won the match.
Like glitching out. No,
We're just copying it over and over.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not accurate. I was just
And by the way,
checking. Just
since
checking.
you brought up since you brought up the diamond cutter and everything, I know we've said this on the podcast before, but in case we have new listeners or people don't know, like Jay-Z got sued over trying to use that because DDP used it first. DDP used that before.
So he trademarked it.
He was hip. He was hip before fucking Jay-Z was. All right. DDP's the one that was big pimping. Actually,
I did love it.
The funny thing is that I didn't notice back then, and I'm surprised because I was such a huge fan of Nirvana, is DDP's music was totally a ripoff of Smells Like Teen Spirit, and I don't know how WCW never got sued. Like, it's the same exact.
As long as you make it similar.
There's no words in it, and it's not Nirvana's version, but it's definitely Teen Spirit.
Yeah, I think it has to be almost identical before you can get it anywhere.
Of course, the older stuff we watched, we didn't care. But now when you watch shit on, like, when we watch this pay-per-view today, some people aren't going to have the right music because they're not going to play, what they were doing back then. No one cared about copyrights. It just came out.
Yeah.
So, but there you go. My advice is don't play this if you have retro systems. But if you want to try to play a crap fest, go right ahead.
I mean, if I get some hush money, I will play every.
I also remember kicking out
being
really real. I remember it being really hard to kick out too. Like, I think it was just a repetitive push, but I just remember it being like really hard to kick out pins. Yeah.
Was it? Okay.
I don't know anything I liked about it. I don't remember one thing I liked about it. And did you see that where it said finish him? Like they were looking off Mortal Kombat back in the day. I did like the bars. They weren't as good as WWE's, but it showed you your damages, obviously. And then when it would start flashing red around there is when you could use your finisher or pin a guy and be able to take them out. So I kind of like the bar system. But other than that, it was kind of junk. So, yeah.
Did they call the Diamond Cutter Stunner back then?
No, it was the Diamond Cutter.
They just said Stunner on the screen.
No, it said stun. It was telling you your opponent's
Oh!
Because it would do stuff like that, too.
Hard to see that D, you know?
It was stun. It would give it...
Sometimes it's hard to see the D, you know what I'm saying?
He'll be here all week, folks.
Thank you.
He'll be here all week. Wrong cock. Download the wrong cock. Good stuff. All right. Well, unless you have something else to add to this.
I'm worried I'm going to get a letter from the president because he's going to get confused.
I don't look. There would be nothing better than if Trump attacked the Boomer and Blaze show. What the fuck?
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
please.
Yeah, let's go. I'll take that. I'll take that heat.
Yeah, Trump, what's up? You're a Hall of Famer. We could have you on the show.
We watched South Park. That's a real life thing, huh?
That's a real life thing.
Yeah.
I loved a couple weeks ago when Linda was taking her place into office because she's on Trump's administration, and it showed a picture, and it was her and Triple H and everyone in the pit, except Vince, of course. Vince wasn't there, but everybody in the picture, and it said, Stone Cold is stunned everyone in this picture, including the president. Kane was in the picture, and he did Stone Cold Linda. He stunned Linda before, too, so yeah, it was a good shit.
I think I remember the Linda Stunner, actually.
We only have one thing left that I know of.
Yes, we do.
It's time for the Chic Tweet of the Week.
Chic Tweet!
Holy shit, man. I didn't know if I was going to be able to make this fit. This is a long Chic Tweet, but you all should get the reference, kids, so here we go. Never going to give you up, jabroni. Never going to let you down, jabroni. Never going to run around and desert you, no good low life. Never going to make you cry unless you piss me off. Never going to say goodbye, you dumb son of a bitch. Never going to tell a lie and hurt you unless you fuck with me. That's your Chic Tweet of the Week.
Where's my graphic?
Oh, shit, I forgot to send it. I'm sorry. And I made it.
I was worried it was too big for it.
No, I was trying to read it, and I forgot to send you the, here we go, I made it fit.
That's a huge...
There we go. I
Oh my
did
gosh,
it.
I
It's
can't
on
read
there.
it, so maybe I didn't need the graphic. That's holy crap.
Wrong
I'm
sheet
getting
tweet,
old.
baby.
My glasses are not working properly.
I don't remember that being the exact words to "Never Gonna Give You Up," but I guess I misheard some of
I
it.
think it sounds accurate. Yeah.
Never Gonna Give You Up.
I would sing along, but I literally cannot read it.
Yeah, no, it was tough to get that all on there, and I couldn't. It's not like I could make
So
the letters
much.
bigger or it
So
wouldn't
much.
fit. Yeah, so
Yeah.
there you go. That's a big chic tweet. Yeah, big one. A big one this week. Did
Unlike our president.
you hear it? Nothing.
Yeah, I'm waiting. I haven't got a letter yet. They must not be listening today.
I don't know why porn music just interrupted us. I apologize. Not that kind of podcast. I don't know what the hell that was. What is happening?
I mean, it fits.
It fits. This one's for you, Troy.
Man,
I don't know. I don't know.
the NSA's not listening to us. I guess I haven't gotten an email yet.
FFA and the
A
CIA.
cease and desist. No cease and desist.
No cease and desist. Fuck them all. That's what I say.
Yeah.
That's why we like the podcast right there. You can get away with shit.